Hi, I'm Janet Shield Scott, and you're listening to JanetFitBeautyStyle.com, a lifestyle talk guide with expert advice on beauty, fashion, wellness, real estate, entertainment, and fun celebrity secrets.
Hello and welcome to each and every one of you. I am so glad that once again you tuned in to my podcast, a Janet Shield Scott podcast. And of course, I'm Janet Shield Scott. I am so excited about having another wonderful guest on the show. He is part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. He's also performing at the Living Legends Foundation Awards ceremony this year, which is for the music executives. And his new hit single, One Way Street, was the second most added song at radio stations across the country. He's famously known as a member of the Jackson 5. And guess what? He's known as Papa T to his kids. Papa T. But first, let's get to our inspiring quote for today. Anything that costs you your peace is too expensive. This was on Facebook, posted by Inspiring Quotes. For more inspiring quotes, you can check out my Facebook page or my Instagram page. And if you'd like to send me an inspiring quote, email janetfitbeauty@gmail.com. We'll get to Tito Jackson, so don't go away after this message. Sports fans, PassPros.com has it all. Baseball, basketball, hockey, and soccer. Get autographs and memorabilia direct from former pro athletes. Don't forget to check out the upcoming events page for special events near you. PassPros.com offers t-shirts, athletic gear, artwork, vintage cards. Log on to PassPros.com. Hello, Tito Jackson. Welcome to a Janet Shield Scott podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Yeah. I think it was last week, but you were with Karen Taylor Bass, and I sent over a picture that she said she showed to you of us and Sony Music and the record label with 3T. Do you remember that?
Back in the day. Oh yeah. Back in the day. I remember that.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, also recently I interviewed TJ, your son, who has a new single out as well. And we talked about you, of course. And he said that one of the reasons why you decided to step away from the Jackson 5 for a minute to do your own thing, he said that you didn't want to be a part of a trivia quiz as one of the Jacksons who had not released a solo project. What do you have to say about that?
That's part of the reason. Yes, it is.
All right. Go ahead. Were you going to say something else?
Yeah, well, I had thought about that, and I said, well, you think about the history of the family. I'm the only one that haven't released, and I don't want that to be a trivia question or anything like that. So make it all legit. I decided this time, consider it.
I love your new single. It's a nice, easy-going song that is great highway music, or when you're doing stuff around the house, or just enjoying friends over.
This is my album, the album with a lady cleaning the house who just want to relax, or maybe is a guy.
What was your approach in putting this song together and deciding to put it out as a single, the song One Way Street?
No, I'm sorry, you're going to have to connect to that and hear that first part of the question.
Okay, what was your approach in developing and putting this song together? and deciding to release it as a single? One Way Street.
Oh, okay. Well, putting the song together, it accidentally came. The idea of it accidentally came to me as a producer friend of mine. We were working on another song that I had on the album titled "Get It Baby," and we were just out talking about relationships and things like that. And I had just recently broken up in a relationship, and we just started talking about it's a one-way street, you know, because she's gone too long, and I'm trying to come back into my life because she probably enjoyed other things and all this, and that's how the idea for action came up, just from that comment, you know. And what made me want to release it is because I always knew that it was a song, and it was some of my brother's favorite. Jackie always told me that's the hit record on your album. I felt that it was one of the songs that I had planned to release. It's the strongest song. I didn't know if that was, you know. But anyhow, after releasing "Get It Baby" and another song, it was time to release "One Way Street." And the song is basically about a relationship I had that didn't basically work out.
Mm-hmm. And then the music, where did that just sort of came into play as the words?
Yeah, the music just happens automatically, and sometimes you can get a message from music, but at this time it was strictly a real life experience.
So did your brothers, any of them work on the song with you?
No, none of my family worked on my album, except for my three sons, 3T, which they produced, and also wrote a couple of songs on the album as well.
Oh, wow. And so what did it mean for you, actually, since you're talking about your sons and their group 3T? What has it meant for you to collaborate with them?
It's one of the most wonderful things. It's sort of funny in a way because when we're in the studio, I remember when they were young, you know, I was behind the console while they were behind the microphone, and I used to tell them to do this, do that, and back up and all these. So they had the pleasure to do that to me when we were recording. They found it funny, you know, or telling me do this note over or that over. It's all fun and love. We have a lot of fun making music and recording and all these things. It's very good.
All right. Now, when you look back, just right now, you were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You're performing at the Living Legends out in LA. You also were featured in a documentary, Hitsville, for Motown, and other projects as well. That because the Jacksons are a household name, they're sort of like a music royalty. And when you go back to that little boy in Gary, Indiana, what do you think of now? What goes through your mind?
Well, I guess it was destiny, you know, because I remember living back in Gary, Indiana, and we were all just very young musicians and singers, and we used to want to be like the stars in California or Detroit or whatever. And I remember we used to look at the cloud formation in the sky from our bedroom window. And we're
Did you write any of the songs back then as a young boy?
Well, back then when we were young and we were doing songs like I Want You Back and ABC and the Love You Say, we did not write any of those songs. We had any participation to do with like singing them. We didn't even play the instruments on those songs back in that time because Motown had Funk Brothers and other musicians they used, which they had used on various records, that multi-platinum records, and they wanted to make sure they got it right. They could call us in and we just do vocals. But after a while, my father suggested that Barry take a listen to some of our music and maybe give us a song or two and the recordings. And he didn't want to change things, so that was from the label, which was at the records, and they gave us the opportunity with Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff out of Philadelphia International to do that, just that. So they gave us a 2-song window to come up with 2 nice songs that would fit into our music, what have you. We did that.
Okay, and so what were some of those songs where you actually became involved as a musician and a songwriter?
Well, back in the day, even before the Philadelphia and the Epic Change, we had been writing songs, things like that. But our first recording that was public was on Going Places album, I believe it was, and we had a song called Style of Life. So then we went on from there and started writing a little more, and we wrote the complete album on Destiny, which is the title of that album.
Okay.
Those are some of the earliest songs that we wrote, albums that we wrote. They went on to Shake Your Body.
All right. Okay, and then here you are now, years later, accepting the awards as a Hall of Fame inductee, and like I said, you go back to that little boy. And Gary, what went through your mind as you were accepting that award in the Hall of Fame as a inductee?
Well, it was a great feeling because along with us getting inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at that time, it was a group that we very much had respect for, and it had good admired over their career, which was the Bee Gees, and to be inducted at the same time with them was such a pleasure, just to know you had made it to that status as an artist. And that's one of the most exciting moments in my musical career. That, along with a few other women performing, the Queen of England, receiving a star honor on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood and the Hall of Fame. These things, kind of things you don't ever forget. And there's a few things that we would like to accomplish, and still that we're absolutely putting our record book. And one of those things is that I bet you most of the public don't even know this, but the Jacksons had the Jackson 5 or the Jacksons have never won a Grammy.
Oh, wow.
We have been nominated, multiple times, but we never came home with the Grammy Award. So that's one of the things that would be nice to accomplish in our career time.
Yeah, but you are in the history books, and a lot of people can't say that. So,
Yes, we are.
Yes, now.
You must remember at the time when we were doing music, back in the late 60s and 70s, the world was shaped a little different than it is today. It's physically, mainly. So I think that's one of the reasons why it never happened for us. But I think on the music, when I go back and listen to it, it was great songs there. They should have been the record
Okay. Now I understand that you're also a family man, and that your family's so important to you. When you look at the families today and what's happening with a lot of our young boys, because you have boys, and being a parent, what advice would you give to parents today?
Well, like there's a saying said, anybody can make a baby, any man can make a baby. No, any person, as far as a male, make a baby. If a man raise a baby or a son, that's basically it. That's one of the things I looked at in my young age, because I was young, a black male that had gotten married. We got in high school. Also, had a kid 2 years later after that, and I was doing my thing with my brothers, the Jackson 5, simultaneously, and I had to deal with that because the brothers were recording members, doing all these other things, and going out doing individual projects such as like Jermaine, Jackie, and I just wanted to be there for my children when I had spare time. I put the project on the back burner at that time. That's one of the reasons why I didn't continue. And but I had started working on the project with Motown because they were responsible for other brothers having solos. And they had did one song on me. That's when back in the mid-70s, and moved up to Epic Records. And I didn't get the chance to do it after that. But besides just to be a father, be there for my boys, make them some strong, respectable young men. That's one of the things that we need to look at. Because it's hard enough raising kids, and raising kids when you're basically still a kid, or coming out of childhood is not an easy task. And one of the benefits that I feel that I had a steady income, which is one of the main things in a relationship or raising a family that you're going to need. So you need to think about it good before you get that far, and use it without protection and have a child, or without marriage or anything like that, because the child is here to stay the rest of your life. And you got to be ready for it, because it's not easy and it's not cheap, and you want your kid and your family to be happy. So we need to take a look at that, of what we're doing and what we're saying. The world is changing today, and it's definitely moving in the direction where education is going to be very vital in the future. And just need to look at everything over. Some things need to be changed, and some of the laws that we have needs to be changed, brought back to people working instead of computers working. So I just said, just get your education, stay in school, be smart about life. Don't think with what's in the middle of your body, but think with the top of your head. Just make a happy life. Life is not short. There's definitely not no short time that you have here. And plan it out. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, that's well said. We're going to kind of wrap it up here, but what do you do for self-care? Self-care. Like, what do you do to make sure that Tito's in check and that you're feeling good about you?
Self-care. Well, that's one of the things I may be lacking in. But I do try to do some form of exercise when I'm not touring with the brothers. But brothers stay so busy, we always got exercise on stage, because when we come off stage, we're soaking wet and from dancing and moving and all this other stuff. And the brothers always looked at stage as a form of aerobics. But other than that,
So hopefully when you broke your wrist, it didn't affect you playing your guitar.
No, it didn't bother anything. They wanted to put the screw in it, but it wouldn't really help me. And I told them I don't want to put anything more an object like that in my body. That's just absolutely necessary. And it wasn't. I asked them bluntly. I said, is it going to affect, if you don't do the screw, is it going to affect anything with my job, whatever? Absolutely not. So, just not to do that. But everything's fine and everything moves.
All right.
And actually, it came out better.
So do you play on any of your songs on your current album that you have out with One Way Street? Any guitar solos or?
Oh yeah, I play on all of them.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
All right, what's your social handle so we can stay in touch with what you're doing?
Okay, you can reach my official Tito Jackson website at titojackson.com. You can reach me on Instagram at Papa 3T, that's spelled P-O-P-P-A, the number 3, the letter G at hotmail.com.
Okay, and that's P-O-P-T, you said? Or P-O-W-P-P, yes. Okay. All right.
And on Facebook, Tito Jackson 5.
Thank you yeah. Thank you, Tito, and continue to love, laugh, and live your life with style. And thanks so much for being a part of a Janet Shields Scott podcast. And by the way, I haven't lived there. I haven't lived there in a long time like you, but I'm originally from Indiana, from Indianapolis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, take care and God bless.
Thank you. I'll be visiting Gary in about a few weeks, which is going to be very exciting.
I'm sure. I bet everybody in the city will be out to see you.
That would be nice.
Uh-huh.
That would be nice.
All right.
Thank you, Janet.
Yes, and kudos to kudos to getting that Grammy.
Oh, well, we're going to do that.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You've been listening to a Janet Shields Scott podcast, a division of JanetFeeBeautyStyle.com, your beauty, entertainment, and lifestyle expert talk guide. I'm Janet Shields Scott, columnist, radio, and TV host. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. For more fun and informative, and celebrity interviews, log on to the website JanetFeeBeautyStyle.com. Remember to love, laugh, and live your life with style. Let's close it out with a sample of Tito Jackson's One Way Street.
Feeling like we've been here before, 'cause this ain't no deja vu. This love is a revolving door, easy in and out for you. I don't wanna play these games you play, girl, anymore. If you wanna leave, I hold the door, but I think you should know it's a one-way street.